Good morning. We're here, I'm pretty sure. Hi, it's Thursday. We're back. I heard it myself on the thing, so I think we're up.
Mm-hmm.
Lured's here. We can start. Everything's good.
We were just waiting for Lured. Nothing else happened.
It's about time you got here. Look, we all started late because you weren't here. You probably were here, actually, the whole time. Got a good number of people. Thanks everybody who tuned into the stream last night. It was a little bit of a mess, but it was, I think, still pretty fun. And we actually made some progress on the game. And now we're back. I did not get as much sleep as I wanted to last night.
Yeah.
How about you?
Not good.
Not good.
No.
Well, thank you all for joining us. We're back on YouTube and on Twitch. Feel free to watch us on either platform. And
Kyle not sleeping? I'm shocked.
Yeah, right.
Shocked, I tell you.
Who would have thought that was even possible, honestly?
I gotta rewatch it. I need to follow the Persona shenanigans.
Yeah, they're
a bit
they're
off
something.
the rails.
They're very irreverent. We're not really I wouldn't describe us as fans of the game. The way that we talk
I feel like
about
a fan
it
of the
playing.
game.
Do you?
Yeah.
I just feel like if anybody does actually really like the game and completely irreverently, we're not very nice to it most of the time, but
It's not making it easy.
that's true.
The entire first plot point is about a pedophile gym teacher.
Yeah, it is.
And they're not great female characters.
Maybe it's more, maybe I'm not being not nice to it and we're just stating facts about it and those aren't good facts.
I mean,
maybe that's
some
what it is.
things of varying quality can stand up to harsh criticism. You can see the enjoyment behind
absolutely.
leading with criticism.
I like Lost. So
like Lost. Like lots of things.
I
Lots
can't-
of things where you start at criticism, but
it's out of love still.
end with affection.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Like
common.
your problematic friend who you can't quite not be friends with because he's trying his best.
Yeah.
I'm obviously not talking about anyone specific.
You're always talking about somebody specific.
No, I'm more clever and comedic than that.
Mm-hmm.
We have new channel art.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna show people. Oh,
Stop.
Ash. God. Nope, that was the wrong one. There we go. New channel art. It's on the main, on the OK We're Up channel banner.
Me.
I did the line work and Allison did the color and it looks beautiful and she did an amazing job and I had so much fun drawing it.
Me.
We can pose. More poses. Perfect. That's us. That's
us.
That's every day. Anyway.
That is really cute.
I really enjoyed doing that. I miss drawing. I don't do it a lot.
Yeah, you're such
Allison
a
got
great
some
artist.
cool software that we've been trying to use. Clip Studio, I think.
Yeah,
We've been Procreators.
so new.
That's a weird way to... Why'd they call it Procreate? Why'd they do that? We all just got used to it. But...
Oh, I forgot that had other meanings. Because you're birthing something. You're making something new.
I suppose.
You and it.
I feel like they thought they were very
Procreating.
clever there and didn't think about people having to actually say the name out loud.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've moved into... We're messing with Clip Studio now. It's been cool. Been enjoying it. We also update that we haven't mentioned and that are kind of hidden because the camera's so far away and I have hair on the way, but we both have earrings now that we didn't have last week. I don't think we pointed them out. Did we?
I mean, mine are very tiny.
Allison's are very tiny. I tried to get big ones so that you could see, but
Yeah.
they're also kind of tiny. I drew them in the picture. I have to have them in for 3 months because I tried to get earrings before, which some of you might remember showing up in a couple of videos. But I was still trying to hide any changes I was making to my physical self. So I took them out every single time, almost every time I did a video, and I ruined it. And they completely healed up. And so I had to do it again from scratch.
Yeah.
So.
Man, I watched a Instagram video this morning of that. There's like a...
Ash gets weird in the mornings now. She did not used to do this until we started doing this show.
There's like a podcast. I think it's called the Whatever Podcast. It's known for like being like misogynistic men's #1 podcast or something. It's that one in the room. I don't know if you've seen it, like over my shoulder or something. But it's like the. Oh, do you remember the video where I showed you the guy who couldn't open the jar of pickles? And it was like he was like making a whole big masculine deal about it, and he couldn't open it, so he had to get set. So he like hands it to the girl, and she can't open it.
I do kind of
remember. And she hands
this.
it back, and she's like, "Okay, well then you do it." And then he like struggles, and he's like, "You made it greasy." He literally just like freaks out every single time like a woman talks about anything. He's just like,
I have seen this. I think they're the ones where they have women on for some reason who are defending themselves and yet still continue to be misogynist toward them to their face.
Yeah.
I have seen clips of this.
There was one this morning where they ask all the women on the podcast, which genuinely shame on the women that go on that podcast.
They shouldn't be there.
Absolutely, like they're known feminists too that go to like argue, but this is the example of like ignore it into obscurity. This is not a popular, this is not celebrity status worth of content. It's just some fucking idiot on the internet. And like they don't have content if women don't show up. Like that's like they just don't have any.
That's the only reason they get clipped anyway.
Then it's just an actual circle jerk.
Is it Fresh and Fit? So Cedric was asking.
I thought Fresh and Fit was the other guy. Let me check real fast.
That sounds like one.
Fresh and Fit. No, I think Fresh and Fit is what's his face.
Ash is just jumping all over the place.
It's not Fresh and Fit. I think it's the Whatever Podcast. Yeah, Fresh and Fit is that Andrew Tate dude.
I also recognize them. It's called the Whatever Podcast.
I think so.
Wow, subversive.
I think it's called the Whatever Podcast. But he had all the women in the room go around and rank themselves. And they all ranked pretty high. Which makes sense. These are all women who are willing to go on a video-facing podcast and
behaving
and talk to these guys. Like they're all willing to be put in front of the camera, except for one who rated herself a 1, which pissed me off. Because I know why she rated herself a 1. It went by like a bunch of girls who were just like 10, 9, 8, 9, whatever. And then it gets to her, she's like, 1. And it's like, okay, all right. Well, you might belong on this podcast. You can just stay permanently.
Gross.
But the podcast host, this is why it makes me mad, because he successfully funnied his bit, which was just like staring blankly at the camera like Jim from The Office style.
Yeah.
Which completely undercut all of the women like giving their rankings. So like they gave the ranking and then he just like stared at the camera like with oh my god, what's that one show that has the like clown music that plays? When he just stares at the camera, Larry David. Anyway, he successfully nailed the bit, which is annoying because he successfully undercut all of the women's confidence, and that's why I saw the clip, because it went viral.
Twitch alerts are so useful. Is that sarcasm? Did Twitch not tell anybody that we were streaming? If you would like to know and don't want to rely on Twitch, by the way, we have a Discord server that should be linked in the description.
Yeah. Anyway, I was reminded of my thoughts of the male loneliness epidemic, which I expressed in the Discord once, which was immediately met with like, well, not all men, which kind of surprised me.
Really? In our Discord? Actually, I'm kind of surprised, too.
Yeah, it was a while ago. Yeah, but it definitely was met with like it's not really fair to say all men contribute to the male loneliness epidemic. And it's like, okay, well, if it's not you, then
it's not about you.
But now I'm suspicious. But like I feel like this is kind of an awkward topic, because it was one thing, like it's weird because we had to get over the like cultural hump of like men are a problem, and then men being like, but I'm a man, and then some very kind woman in their life had to be like, not you. Not you.
I wasn't one of these, obviously, ever. How could I be? This did actually have... Actually, the backlash to this is the... we just had a whole conversation with Cass, filling her in on the ancient history that we were alive for of Gamergate. Yeah. And how, like, that was definitely, like, the start of that, where people were like, hey, here's some problems related to men, and all the men were like, how dare you?
When was this? Oh, Gamergate. Yeah, Gamergate, yeah.
GB says, I'm a man, I'm most definitely a problem, as long as you know. Like...
I'm a man, I'm most definitely a problem is a great comment. I mean, I'm not a man, and I'm also a problem. Like, there are also other problems, but I don't know. I feel like discussions are not going well around this topic, because you basically like it's the same reason we struggled talking to our parents about Black Lives Matter, not Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter and ACAB, which is that you abbreviate entire conversations that you're unwilling to have every single time they come up into slogans that if you're not in on the slogan, you have no idea what they're trying to communicate. So like my mom was even like, obviously not every cop is bad. And I'm like, right. That doesn't fit on a sign. Like, some cops are good, but the bad apples ruin it for the rest of us isn't going to work in a protest sign. It's not going to fit on a piece of cardboard, and if it does, nobody's going to see it. Right. And it's like, how is your generation failing to understand that? Like, the protest generation, the 70s, is having a hard time understanding how you put an entire like societal discussion into a singular concept that you can then present at a protest on a sign. Yeah. And like, I swear to God, the same people I'm having this conversation with who are agreeing with me, like the next conversation will come up and it's another like, well, wait a minute, not all of them.
Well, yeah. Which is confusing. It's also very, like, to me, it's like, it's just kind of an emotionally intelligent next step to be able to tell where it's like, if you're, well, okay, so like, when I heard, complaints about men, really early in life, it would hurt my feelings. Yeah, we'll get to that. Really early in life, it would hurt my feelings when I was like a high schooler. Mm-hmm. Eventually, though, I kind of picked up on like what they were complaining about when they complained about things men were doing. And I was able to identify that I didn't do those things, and so I wasn't the one being addressed. It's just like a thing you can kind of reason out, where it weeds out the people you're not talking about to talk about people in with more power than you, in generalized terms. Does that make sense? Yeah. Like, if you're attacking, like saying all cops are bad is addressing a group of people who have chosen a position that gives them power over other people. So first off, the sentence isn't hurting them. They're okay. And if an individual cop doesn't participate in those things and manages to avoid being a piece of shit, then they're not actually included.
The cops actually know which one they are. Like, that is also part of the thing, is like, they know exactly what that means. You don't actually have to explain it to them.
That's actually why the ones who get mad, is because they know you're talking about them. They know they did it. It's the same.
I want to clarify, though, because I think that the singular question of, well, why wouldn't we change it, is really valuable. Because Grace said, why not cops are bad? Why not, what would that be, cab instead of a cab? And it's because the actual like shortened phrase of it does make sense. It comes from the larger conversation pared down to as comprehensive as possible. And so the reason it's all is because the all is to show that the system will corrupt every single one individually with time.
Right.
It's that you
The
can't
institution
stand
is the
up
issue.
against the larger institution that creates the corruption, and therefore at some point every single one of them is gonna be bad. That's why the all is there, because it's designed to, it's the end of the conversation, right? That's why it's confusing people who weren't in the conversation, because it's the end of it.
That's a good way to put it.
That by the end of that conversation, the reason for the protest is that we keep seeing the systemic violence because there's no way out. Because if you're in the system, you're going to end up in that spot unless you opt out of the system. And if you opt out of the system, you're not a cop anymore.
To some degree, it's also like the one Nazi at the table analogy. Like if there's 9 people and 1 Nazi at a table, there are 10 Nazis at the table kind of thing.
I don't know that I
which
love
is a
that
bit
analogy.
extreme.
But I know what you mean.
But it's the like, you know, even if you're the fresh, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed cop who's helping his community and stuff, like, you are still in the system. Like, the idea being that, like, you know, the thing needs reforming, so everyone is included by proxy.
Yeah, scroll up a little bit on the chat. I was going to read a Twitch comment.
Which one? Bant?
Group hug says, if you stand quietly alongside the corrupt cops in solidarity, it doesn't matter that you aren't doing the corrupt things.
Right. Yeah. It's sort of, it's a catch-all for all this stuff. You have to, it's all of this reduced to a slogan that then people have issues with, but like, well, the problem, again, if it's on a sign,
like the problem truly is that, like, I mean, I don't have to go into the systemic issues with cops. That's not actually where I'm going. But yeah, like.
Oh, Mike left us for Twitch chat.
Oh, wow. Okay. But yeah, I was watching that podcast, and it's like, I'm sorry, but
oh, right, that's where we started.
Men are the number one contributing factor to the male loneliness epidemic problem, and, which was brought up in the conversation, there is a loneliness problem. Like, there's an inherent loneliness problem. Yeah, I saw somebody's
mention in the chat. I was like, what if there's just a loneliness epidemic? And
there is a loneliness epidemic. There's a loneliness epidemic because there's a social media virus.
Right.
like,
yeah.
The epidemic is this is worse than COVID, guys. We have Instagram. But yeah, like, you can't
allowed to exist by the existence of COVID.
There is, you know what, there is the like there's the like umbrella concept of why people are lonely, and then there is like the systemic cultural parts of like why you contribute, like you're like a self accountableness to your problems in your life, which is a lot smaller, admittedly, like, or not smaller, but significantly more difficult, in that your responsibility to not be lonely is like probably one of the hardest ones you can have, because it feels like you need a bunch of things reaching out towards you to be able to get out of like the pit that you're in, but it is a required like effort on your end, and if you lack the tools because you haven't been in the community, then you're gonna lash out at everyone who says anything like, this is a self-made problem. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do, actually. I hadn't thought about it that way, and I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's a lot of new things, but like, yeah, no, I mean, even from my own like perspective, I mean, like, you and I moved to New York, we've been pretty isolated feeling for a while.
Yeah.
And like the way that we've had to figure out how to fix that for ourselves, and how to like establish relationships with people and stuff, and like there's a lot of effort that you personally have to put in.
Yeah.
I think you grow up. It kind of sucks because it's one of those things that like I feel like humans aren't actually taught the useful things to be adult humans when they're kids.
Yeah.
And as a kid, you're handed socializing. It's like you're put in a situation where people are talking to you, people come to you, like you get all of that on a silver platter, and then you become an adult and all that just kind of stops, and you never actually developed, if you're like me, you never developed the ability to build and maintain relationships with people.
Yeah.
And so you don't know how, and so suddenly it feels like you're lonely, you don't know why, and it's somebody else's fault because you haven't changed anything, but suddenly you don't have any friends.
Yeah.
And you don't know what to do about it.
Yeah, you're working towards a large creature too. But I would actually argue that the male loneliness epidemic, TM, is distinctly separate from the loneliness epidemic. Like, the thing that they're talking about is different. The loneliness epidemic is people who are struggling.
Well, the male loneliness epidemic is that that girls don't want them, I think, is the...
Right. It's that they're undesirable by society as a whole.
Right.
And it's like, yeah. And this is one of those things that pissed me off. Like, how did we get here? And it's like, I would like to go back to the early 2000s and show you exactly which, like...
Right.
Spaces along the way that this happened.
We can show you why the girls don't want you. Here's how you alienated yourself.
Backdoor said, y'all wouldn't personally know anything about loneliness and not keeping up with friends, though, right?
No.
I mean...
I keep in very good touch with all of my friends.
My loneliness was definitely my early 20s. Like, by far.
Homies, is it gay to just be friends with other people? Especially if they're women.
Absolutely.
If you're a guy and you're friends with women, that's pretty gay.
I think the problem is that, like...
Only gay guys are friends with women.
I think socialization, like, socialization education lost its way in social media because it faked socialization.
Yeah, I think so too.
But, like... Yeah, I mean...
I think
anyway.
Probably just took the place of having to go out and do things with people, and then it can get severed in an instant because it's on Facebook or something, and your account can get banned, or somebody can just disappear.
I mean, it's just not socialization.
Right.
Like, liking a post and sending a message
isn't.
That's not how you talk. That's not how you socialize. It's just like an active, brave effort to have friends, though. I think is probably, it's like not presented well. I think the connection between the loneliness epidemic and the male loneliness epidemic is kind of the same thing, which is that it requires bravery to have friends, and it requires bravery to have women. like it's kind of the same thing, which is that...
Yeah, it takes effort and, like, thought and self-assessment and stuff that a lot of people never really learn how to do.
You have to,
takes them a long time.
Someone has to initiate a friendship every single time.
Right.
Like,
you're basically having to, like, you have
date.
to, like, you got to date friends. You got to ask them out. You got to go places and do things and put in the effort to build it. Trent says this is all really heavy for 7 a.m. Welcome to the show.
You're
Thanks
so
for joining us.
This is how I wake up, like, every single time.
This is actually for us to vent.
You should have seen the stream last night where I'm being normal for a minute, because
that's true.
I literally wake up thinking these things. Like, it...
Sure, her brain is grumpy and simple at the end of the day, and in the morning it's just existential and panicking, and that's why,
No, it's
that's
grumpy
why we
at the
do this
morning,
show.
too.
Just grumpy at all times.
Yeah.
My first stream is a good one. I wish I could even say that you were here for a unique event, but honestly, it's been pretty tame today.
Allison opens her eyes. I have opinions. I have woken up Kyle similarly.
That,
I have literally been like, can you wake up? I have something I need to tell you.
We'll wake up in bed next to each other, and if there's a pause for a few seconds before I get up, she will be like, I just watched this TikTok video.
I just had a dream.
I just had a dream.
I just had a really important dream about the male loneliness epidemic.
That is like the kind of stuff you dream about, though, I swear.
I had a really great dream last night, actually.
Did you?
Wasn't it?
That's good.
Yeah, it was social.
You normally
very
don't
social.
have
They're very social
great
dreams. Lots of people in my dreams. I haven't read... This is a long comment because it's long.
We gotta read the Twitch one so we can encourage people to be on Twitch. Also...
And YouTube.
Subscribe on Twitch. We're gonna be there more.
Subscribe on Twitch.
My stomach hurts.
I expected WWE style dreams.
Allison will have either like weird debate dreams, or she will like Narnia herself into another life for like 3 full decades in the course of a night, and then she'll wake up and be like, I have to tell you about my family.
My new family. ever have dreams. You're like Kyle.
I don't have dreams either.
I'm convinced that our audience is split between people mostly like Kyle and people a little bit like Kate. And that's it.
That sounds probably right. Yeah. It's Allison with the steel chair.
Factor said, I met some people recently that I think are the epitome of the issue. One guy literally was treating having terrible relationships as a way of leveling up and becoming less emotionally vulnerable.
Yeah.
I think that the not all men on the right side of things comes from a relatively good place, which is that everybody projects themselves into a situation, which is why defense is like the kind of immediate response, because you are interpreting the situation as though you're in it, which is why it feels threatening sometimes when people are criticizing things that get closer to you. Like if you're a man and the comment is men are creating the problem that they're complaining about, you're already not only projecting yourself, but then that rubs up on the line of getting even closer to you because that's where you're identifying. But the problem is that like this side, the good side, like a little, like, I don't know.
The correct side.
The normal one.
The one that
side.
I'm on.
Yeah. Has like, what was I gonna say? I'm trying to figure out the right way to phrase this. Are often assuming that people would do the thing that they would do the way they would do it.
Yeah, I agree.
But when you're a good person, you're assigning likely better intentions to things that bad people are going in with poor intentions on.
Yes, okay, I'm following.
Okay. You can tell I'm not nailing this, but I'm trying only because while I have big thoughts...
You have small mouth, and they all have to come out.
And especially in the morning. Tiny mouth, big thoughts. But the idea that I'm trying to present is like, you, Backdoor, a good guy with strong sense of empathy is going to project how you would respond in situations versus the whatever podcast host who's expecting everybody who would respond like him in situations. And you're like, I can empathize in this because I can put myself into it and I can see how it's not singularly like my fault. Right. I can see how it's like, I can see like bigger aspects to it because I'm navigating these situations with as much genuineness as possible. But that perspective fails to make space for bad people, and how many there are.
Yeah, that's true. I think you phrased
that's
that
really
well.
just my point, honestly. It's just like bad people be bad sometimes.
I think bad people,
or and whatever makes them bad. Maybe bad is too harsh of a thing, but like genuinely,
I don't think it's bad. I
like,
just think it's like it's just limited. It's just a lot of really. I do think it comes down to like the assumption that everybody else is operating the way that you are, and I actually think that almost everybody does that up to a point of realizing that they are doing that. I think most people, 90% of people by default, assume that everybody else kind of is thinking and experiencing things the way that they are, because I don't even think that's like wrong. It's just that's as much as you can figure out.
Yeah.
And it takes knowing enough people, I think, to piece together that like, oh no, my experience is unique in a lot of ways, and other people aren't experiencing things the same way. And I also think there's gradients to that, because like I've been figuring stuff out my whole life still that are like, oh, that's different than I even thought it was different. Like I mean, assumed this was different than what I was experiencing, and didn't even think about it that far.
No offense to y'all, but this audience has failed to understand neurotypicals, let alone actual problematic people. Like just like not even like has struggled to understand how a neurotypical person would do something differently, let alone the men who are causing all of the problems. Like, and where they're at is so far from where you're probably at that like I think that slips by how many and how frequent they are in like people's lives, and like how many people are navigating those kinds of people. And I also think that I've had a very different lifestyle than a lot of the people
You have.
that we talk to.
I think you bring a very different perspective into the group.
But it's like if
Dormaster fans.
If you went out and you got a job at like a CVS or a Target or a Walmart, or like basically majority people you're going to navigate are going to be closer to the whatever podcast guys than the people that you're talking to in this chat.
Right.
And that's where it's like
the people who watch Fast and Furious.
Yeah. I love that this is your example all the time.
I don't know why.
Because it was your hypothesis.
It's because I hated Fast and Furious so much, and I was like, why? I didn't hate Fast and Furious. I was very uninterested, and my whole group was very uninterested. And at some point, it clicked. I was like, wait a minute, they're still being made. This was the reason. This is like the tentpole is because it was a very early realization, like way back when my brain was undeveloped, where it was like, enough people are watching these that they've made 12. Like, this is this is not normal. My perspective is so limited that I'm not in the majority group that is like funding like the 4th Transformers movie. Like, most people are going in, watching that, enjoying it, leaving, not thinking about it in a critical lens at all, and then that's it, right? Like, and at some point it was like, oh, I'm weird. I'm the weird one. My friend group are also weird. I found them. And it took me a long time to do that, because I was very convinced I was the most normal man that anyone had ever seen for a long time. Also, hi to Jesse Davis, and also somebody, I think, joined on Twitch and said that, oh yeah, Delquaz earlier said, OMG, a rare Doormaster stream. I just wanted to say that that's not that rare. We're going to be doing it weekday mornings on Twitch and YouTube.
I'm
moving forward.
Thinking really hard about something. I'm trying to figure out a way to say this that doesn't sound as egotistical as it is. But I'm going to do it anyway. Proximity to me is basically enough of an indication that I'm not talking about you, because I have never maintained anyone really close to this type of person in my life ever. It always falls apart.
Gotta be true about most people, right? Like, if you're the token male friend in a group of women and they're talking about how annoying guys are, they don't mean you. Otherwise you wouldn't be there. Yeah,
but that's like a group of friends. I'm saying, like, if you're on this stream stomaching the things I'm saying, then very genuinely, you're just like, you're probably not who I'm talking about.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you're...
I've pointed, and I, like, that does sound very egotistical, but it's not. I'm not even trying to be that way. It's like, I just will hate you. I will hate you very openly, and will like, and you'll probably kind of feel the energy of it, because I've decided that you are red flags that I don't want anywhere near me. And this has happened in real life too, as like I've shed away friends and stuff. It's like, it cannot be maintained. I cannot stand you. Do you know what I mean?
And with that, I have a fun little game to play.
Okay. It's probably best that we jump off this train.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
I do agree with you, though. I know what you mean. They get it, too. They're smart.
I wake up with so much anger.
She really does.
Like, so much.
It sounds painful. Are you okay?
It's not. I feel like without the anger, I would float away.
Is that just
like I would just turn into a balloon and just like poof, be off into the sky?
Allison's gonna have her Zuko crash at some point.
I hold my anger in my feet and it's grounding me.
Where she's gonna lose the anger.
This is why I step so loudly.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
The anger, it's heavy.
Do you think if you lost your anger, would you be able to do anything? Would you have like a Zuko moment and just like lose all motivation to do anything ever?
This is kind of part of the problem. I'm about to drop some cold hard facts. Zuko doesn't stop being angry. Like, the anger continues to fuel the...
Interesting.
And all the firebenders explicitly say that anger isn't an invaluable emotion. It's just about, like, controlling it and then manifesting it into an energy that you can expend. And I have nailed that.
Yeah, you really have.
I actually don't know how I would do anything without the anger. I've mentioned before that all my success is relatively spite-based. Like, I'm an anger-driven person, and I actually feel mostly fond of my anger at this point in my life. I, like, had resented it early because it was heavily tied into, like, being angry is bad and unchristian, and you're gonna do something that you're
Right.
gonna regret when you're
Well,
angry.
and
But I do
unfeminine,
things
too,
that
like-
I regret when I'm not angry enough. Like, I've had too many instances in my life where I didn't do what I wanted to
get that.
because I didn't get angry enough. And, like, I actually don't resent the things I say in my anger because I don't jump to 60 and then explode.
Right.
I'm constantly at
also
an
think
anger level
there
that
is
is
a-
keeping me clear. Sorry.
I think there's a common like feminine masculine dichotomy here that is not like one. It's not like a absolutely true. It's just that angry men typically tend to be seen with a little bit more lenience than angry women who are like very frowned upon.
Yeah.
So
I actually think that
I don't think it's universal across the board that like all men are angry and are allowed to be angry and all like everybody has different experiences, but I do think there's kind of like this. I think on top of like the Christianity and this the general like anger bad and don't feel anger, being a tiny little dark-haired woman on top of that, and that being like a stereotype that you're also fighting against, probably creates a whole extra dynamic that you're having to work with.
I truly don't resent my anger anymore, and I quite like it, and I feel very attached to it. Like,
That's
it's not that I
I also like it.
if someone, thank you. If you know what, I don't think I feel anger in a way that people describe feeling anger. Like we were talking to Thomas recently, and the example of anger being like you're cooking something small, like soup, right? But then the stove is on fire, like just suddenly, right? Like suddenly the stove catches fire. Is like how people describe anger a lot of the time. Anger bending is so funny.
Yeah, it is.
That's not me. Like, I'm constantly at like a simmering boil, pretty much perpetually, every day, every moment.
Yeah.
Which means that I'm always expecting to go up or down, and it's a very controlled feeling. And I know exactly how to not go off the rails. Like, not necessarily to not say something dumb. I say something dumb all the time. I say the stupidest shit. But it's still, like, it's still within my, like... I feel like I can control that emotion almost better than anything else that I
think you
have.
probably can. I think you have probably full control over
I
being
understand
able to
why...
dial that up and down.
Yeah.
It never seems to just happen without you being at the wheel, I guess.
Yeah, I understand why it has negative connotation, but similarly to that whole, like, nice thing that we talked about, where it's like, I stopped liking nice people a long time ago.
Right.
And I just don't find value in, like, exclusively nice people. It's the deconstructing the Christian value system a little bit. Anger is probably the worst thing you can be, because when you, the person who's presenting this to me, get angry, you hit your wife. Or, God forbid, get drunk and then feel rage and then go do something else to somebody. That's never been my anger. Like, I don't have whatever that is. So, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you guys know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Is like, I think we can spend some time, maybe I'm ahead of the game again, but I think we can spend some time deconstructing the idea that anger is exclusively bad.
We absolutely can. I mean, that could be, we could do a whole podcast over that.
Do you feel anger often? I'm guessing no. Basically never.
Feel, it's certainly not my, like, driving emotion in the same way.
No, I'm sorry. I want to address a comment, but not until you're done.
Oh, okay. Is it Ursa's? Because I thought
What Ursa?
she said, "Oh, is that why you like me? I'm categorically unnice."
Oh
Which
yeah, I
was
can
gonna
address
say
that
yes.
very quickly. Yes. But no, there's another one that I want to address.
That is why.
Yeah.
Anyway.
My anger always balloons, then collapses in on itself into a morass of self-loathing. Yeah, I don't have that one.
You know what? Honestly, that's probably my biggest issue is that I get madder at myself than I do other people, and I'm learning to not get as mad at myself. And as I do that, I start getting mad at other people because I realize I'm still unhappy, and it's actually not my fault, and that means it's someone else's fault. Learning to be angry at somebody else, I think,
hard.
is actually a skill that I'm putting together.
Yeah.
Because I was sort of taught to assume everything was my fault growing up.
Yeah.
And I think it's easier to be angry when you know other people, when you know it's okay to recognize that other people have hurt you.
Yeah.
That's where the anger comes from.
Yeah.
But weirdly, I think if you're Yeah, I think if you're like me, I think it's entirely possible to have anger replaced with self-loathing. Like, you do that because it is safer, because you probably got punished for feeling anger or for expressing it toward other people at a certain point.
But, like, Zuko continues to be angry. Isn't that the lesson? He keeps trying to be, like, zen and shit, and it never works because his actual fire bending comes from, like...
I think the episode with the dragons and stuff is sort of like a replacement of, like, anger gets replaced with, I think, like, passion maybe is the word, like... anger, but colored in a good light.
The line is thin.
It is.
The line is thin. So somebody said, so you're basically just Bruce Banner. And yeah. So actually, that condition is called borderline personality disorder, and I do have it. and yeah, absolutely. Bruce Banner's always been one of the most relatable characters. That's one of those. This is why you need to talk to people and socialize and stuff. Not that you guys don't. You guys just do it like online and stuff, which I think is valid, by the way, for the most part. I think having Discords and like communities like that, and or like gaming sections and stuff, I think that's the same thing as socialization. Don't get me wrong, even a little bit. I don't want to like discredit being online as like antisocial. But that's one of those things where I thought Bruce Banner existed because that was relatable.
Oh, because people felt that way, and he was a representation of normal anger and feeling like that that kind of feeling of like having that inside you at all times. Yeah, absolutely. I get that. And it was a real like it was a real shock. I've had things like that before. For people to kind of say the opposite, or to mostly only like run into men who kind of feel that way, which, by the way, in men is not borderline personality disorder, obviously. They just have very volatile emotions. It is a little bit hard from the outside to tell the difference between, like, oh, you have a chemical imbalance, or you just have not learned to emotionally regulate.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, but Cass was mentioning the Zuko thing.
I've had moments like that, not about anger, but about other characters and their traits, and then realizing that they were not considered normal.
Yeah, no, 100%. I am.
But yeah, Hulk's a good example.
There's lots of good examples now, I feel like, which is why the honestly, we're discrediting the I'm always angry mic drop moment. That shit was rad as fuck. Love that.
Honestly, yeah, it was.
That was sick as fuck. I don't like how Hot
take. The Avengers was fucking good. The first movie was great.
That's literally not allowed to be a hot take. It's objectively great.
I know, but I feel like we're in this era, that maybe I'm also partially responsible for fueling, where we're looking back and being like, the Marvel movies were actually bad if you think about it, because we always have to do that with every movie that comes out. And I think some of them were, but I think the Avengers was good. It just was. I know it was a Joss Whedon movie, and it was like a Marvel movie and stuff, and people like to shit on those, but it was just solid. It was just a solid movie.
I think people reflect high levels of emotions like back in their life as like cringe and embarrassing. And I think people are embarrassed to have felt the way they felt when they watched the Avengers, so the easiest thing to do is just be like, it wasn't very good. Kind of cringe. And it's like, nah, that shit rocked when it happened. Like, it was so... They did a good job.
That had literally never happened before, and not only was it not only did they do it, but it wasn't just a gimmick, made a good story, and every character actually felt realistic, and like they had ended up in the same movie together, and it like worked, like the whole dynamic worked out and got their own moments and stuff.
Yeah, I think you have to be really picky, pickier than I am. Which I actually just have like specific tastes too that I think other people don't have. But
she's now affecting the lighting of the stream.
Yeah, she's really on a roll today. She's very much not what she is in that picture.
Backdoor mentioned earlier, and I swear to God,
she's just the sleepiest baby all the time when not this.
This is normally Ash. She only acts this way during this stream. I think because we get up after sleeping all night, sit down, and start talking at a wall, and she has no idea what to do.
Yeah.
But this is normally her. We don't even see her half the time. She's like hiding under a bed.
I was a cringe person when I watched it, so it's a cringe movie. That's reminding me that I'm already seeing people say that Arcane Season 1 was, like, not that good because it was, like, cringe.
Because, fuck off.
There's this...
Absolutely not.
There's, like, this cringe lens that Gen Z is, like, really afraid of. That's, like, if you get too close to cringe, it'll, like, I don't know, somebody will see
It'll-
something about you and then you'll never be able to undo it. But
yeah,
it's like,
I don't think that's just Gen Z. Our entire group did that too. Like that was, maybe that's just college students.
I actually
like,
think our group is pretty deep in the cringe, and we're actually, if anything,
that's
struggling
weird.
to
we
like.
came back around, but I'm telling you, when I was in college, like doing like this is why
Oh,
Joss
before-
Whedon was popular, is because rejecting the normal expected things was like.
Yeah, before the lol random era, I agree. Cringe was probably the worst thing you could ever do in your entire life. And then we all were like, what if we lol random the fuck out of this, and then became the cringe, and now the cringe is. Anyway, but
Cass
like.
said, to be fair, we now live in an era where if you do anything cringe, it risks being lashed online forever, which is also true.
Yeah.
Definitely, the consequences have gone up.
I actually just I have lots of like very specific criticisms of movies, like and like enough that I will just outright call them like poorly written or that I hate them. And the Avengers, I would struggle to actually talk like, and I say the Avengers like group,
Like
the group of
yeah.
good movies that came out during that era.
Yeah.
I like genuinely struggle to like actually come up with how they are written and performed and edited and worked on poorly. Like I really struggle to
Yeah.
the entire Avengers series, I guess, from the
I think
with all of them,
the
right?
Infinity Saga, right? Maybe is the like up through Endgame, and like I think even up to that point, like Infinity War and Endgame were a little like
Yeah.
hype trainy. Like they were definitely like some like I don't know. There were elements of like WWE match. Like, we're finally here at the end, but like by that point they had earned it. We had gone through.
It never felt that way to
decade
me. I never
of
liked WWE.
build up.
Yeah.
Well, so it just worked, I think. It was like, it wasn't just false hype. It was like,
I
here's the
didn't-
payoff to the thing you've been watching this whole time. It's a superhero movie. They're all here. They're all punching the same guy. That's what we signed up for in 2009 when we started Iron Man.
That's not even how I feel though, because I didn't keep up with the movies like that. I just went and watched them individually and kept thinking that they were great.
Yeah.
Like I didn't actually do like the, oh my god, my characters come to life that I've always loved, and now every year I get to watch them progress. It was literally like, oh, there's another Avenger movie. I'm gonna go see it. Like it's good.
I think it worked because it worked on that level too, though. It's because
Yeah.
you still, even as somebody who wasn't pre-invested, got to see all of them. And so by the time the end movies came out, it was like, oh, I've been here for all this. I've seen
Yeah.
this happen.
Yeah, I think it's okay to also not like them. I'm just like, I just don't think they're bad. I don't think they can be bad. I don't think on the bad spectrum of the things that are important to make sure that things aren't bad, that they meet the criteria of bad. Like they just
Yeah, I agree.
Like if anything, because
They have problems, but I do think like when you add them all together, it does not end on the bad side
Well, I
by
think-
any definition.
yeah, kind of bad requires a certain level of effort not being achieved. From like the writing, the editing,
Yeah,
the acting.
which definitely happened post Infinity War.
Oh yeah, which definitely they got there.
Yeah,
They got there. I'm Cass and Beck and I are on the same page. We didn't even jump into the universe until like Civil War is probably Civil War is when I started paying attention.
Yeah.
Civil War was when I was like, oh, are these good?
right.
Have they
'cause
always
were
been good?
Mostly individual movies before that point.
Civil War rocked. Back when, and that also
pretty
they were just
great.
like less cowardice back then. But anyway, did you have a thing you wanted to do?
I did, but we ended up talking for a long time, and now it's been an hour, so.
It has not even been. No, we're like still 20, 30 minutes away from ending the stream. We started at 9:40.
We start 9:40.
Yeah,
How long have we been going?
10:25.
48 minutes ago. We can still do the thing. We've actually been going for about an hour and a half on most of these. I've noticed.
Really?
So, whatever. Yeah,
I have a lot
thing.
of things to say. It's early. Why'd you get me up?
We can keep saying things instead. I can save my thing for later for when you don't have things to say. 'cause
Why do I have
sometimes-
anything to say right now?
Sometimes you get up and you're tired. And you don't want to talk.
Cass gets it.
What did you say?
Just that not everything needs to be a literary masterpiece.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
But I also think it's.
the things that people call literary masterpieces are usually things I have the most issues with.
I swear to God, though.
Hey, we got a Twitch thing. Don't know what happened. Thanks for doing the follow or the subscription or whatever that was.
I actually kind of think this is probably like way too. So growing up, I was not one for the classics. Like I didn't get it. Right? Someone would be like,
Subscribe. Thank you.
"Yay!"
I think the gifts of us are subscriptions.
Oh, sick. But like, someone would be like, oh, you need to read The Great Gatsby or whatever. Like, these are classics. These are like they solidify these emotions, and like this is where it all starts. And so, like growing up, I like did not get it. Like, I read the Odyssey and was like, I'm not doing this. Snooze fest.
There's a little bit of a difference between what you're talking about right now and what I thought we were talking about.
Well, hang on.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just expressing that growing up, I hated the classics, right? Like, every time they were introduced as, like, this is the original version of, like, like, it started here, right? I always remember being like, snooze, not interested.
Yeah.
And also, cringe. This shit's cringe. Star Wars, I was like, cringe as fuck. And I kind of actually think that the Avengers is this for, like, this generation.
Probably. It was crazy because you include, like, the Odyssey to Star Wars is literally, like, thousands of years of literary history covered in one arc. That's why I was going to narrow down the...
right in when created, their relevance was all still the same time. Like, in my pre-AP English class, they were the same time.
Ironically, also kind of the same thing, because the Star Wars was just the Odyssey in space.
How many times have you pointed out to me that all of them are just the Odyssey in blank?
Well, that's because George Lucas just did that, because he's not a great writer.
You have consistently been like, this is just the Odyssey again. Like, you have done that multiple times.
Well, yeah, because
like different movies.
Because that's what you're told to do in writing class. It's
right?
Really
no,
stupid.
yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Is like the Odyssey never fell out of relevancy for that reason,
Right.
if anything.
That's because
The Bible. I have
criticisms of writers and
devil
things.
from the Bible.
The devil from the Bible. They, yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
the Bible slaps, guys.
I think there's a difference. When I was saying classics, I was talking about things people call classics in terms of film from, like, within the last few decades, I guess. Because, yeah, I mean, there are classics, like, old novels and stuff from... In my mind, it's like, they didn't know how to write yet. Like,
yeah.
I mean, the Odyssey especially was, like, thousands of years ago.
Andor is my Bible.
I actually think probably the biggest contribution to overarching humanity that America will have made will be the advancement of the art of storytelling. I think actually, like, the fact that we were, like, super media focused and everybody got really into, like, this thing is that I think one thing that we could claim that we did during our generations is, like, we've improved one of the oldest human traditions pretty well.
So who's fucking it up right now? Which generation's ruining stories now? Because they are garbage.
Money.
Everything sucks right now.
Like, it's
and not even like, oh, I'm older and the things that the kids are making is terrible.
Also the transistor, I guess.
Also the what?
The transistor.
What is a transistor?
Like a electrical component that makes radios and computers and everything work.
Oh, also that. I see. Okay. But yeah, that's like the CEO generation. You're so fucking right. Which is actually probably like a lot of us still. But I actually agree. I think that storytelling is like one of our biggest contributions.
Because I think we made a lot of progress really, really fast in that, actually.
I think it like happens every couple of generations. There's been some really good storytelling generations, obviously. Yeah. But
some things have survived even, like, I think the best stories we tell now tend to outpace some of the best things that were made in, like, even just 100 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though we still have our share of trash.
I think it's really cool to look at how storytelling has grown through how musicals have changed over the years. That's a hot-ass take, Cass. People hate musicals.
They've been around for a long time, though. They're good.
I fucking love musicals. We have not made our musical video, and I'm gonna write that one. I'm writing that one because
I'm gonna do my game now.
Okay.
Because I stayed up too late preparing this.
Okay.
You know what? Decent transition. We have been talking about tropes lately a lot, mm-hmm. Which are things that do get developed through, like, lots of storytelling. They appear through stories multiple times. They're like recurring features that nerds like us like to give names to because we categorize things way too much. And we have all of our videos are specifically about taking
We have
tropes and
almost
breaking
50
them down.
watchers. 50.
That's cool. Well, then, yeah, we shouldn't quit right now.
It's
I
because I
guess.
started with ACAB. Sex sells.
No, I can't figure out how you got from point A to point B there.
Really? Not even a little bit? You can't get not.
From ACAB to sex sells?
Yeah, like ACAB controversy to sexual themes to sex sells.
Yeah, okay. I feel like you jumped a little bit from.
That's the funny. Cops aren't sexy. What is she talking about? What a loon.
Anyway, what I've done is I've picked a few movies that you're familiar with, and
Okay.
I went to tvtropes.com, selected some tropes that appear in the movies, and what I'm going to do is describe the tropes to you, and you're going to have to guess which movie I'm talking about based on the tropes that I'm telling you.
Okay. I have great movie name recall.
This might be hard. I don't know.
This is gonna be impossible.
This might be impossible.
Strippers dressing as cops would disagree with you, Allison. Okay, well, Allison dealing with strippers dressed as cop would also disagree with me. So,
Not your thing?
no, totally my thing. Totally would work. What are you talking about? Dressing as cops is
Like
great.
hot fireman calendars. Remember when we were going to do a Doormaster calendar that one time?
Why remind them of our lives?
I shouldn't. Yeah, you're right.
Why remind them?
Maybe it could come back around. I don't know. We don't have anybody here anymore, though. Never mind. It was a bad thing to bring up.
Strippers dressed as anything. I personally like strippers dressed as strippers. They look incredible.
Okay, first movie. I have 4 tropes. Okay, the first trope. I'm gonna give you a brief description of each trope, and you're gonna try to guess the movie before I get through all the tropes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so all the tropes you're listing are in one movie.
I'm about to list 4 tropes that are all in the same movie that you have to try to guess what movie it's coming from. So one of them is new transfer student. This is the trope name.
Okay.
If a show
Mean Girls.
If a show has scenes featuring a school, good guess, but no. If a show has scenes featuring a school, the easiest way to drop a new character into the cast is to have that character enter as a transfer student.
She's the man.
If the transfer student is the main character, the series will usually begin on their first day at the new school and deal with their struggle to make friends, etc. and so forth. Good guesses,
Okay.
but no.
Okay.
I tried to pick these out in a way that would make it slightly hard for you to get, but hopefully not too hard.
Okay.
All right, so it has that one, and isn't She's the Man or Mean Girls.
Okay.
But I do think you
but this
correctly
is-
identified that trope is in both those movies.
Yeah,
you're right.
but this is the 2000s trope.
It
Like
is.
everything started here. So that's like the era I'm thinking of right now. I mean, I guess there are some currently, but I feel like we're a little tired of it. So I'm guessing like mid 2000s. God, Matt would be great at this.
Yeah, he probably would. Okay,
okay.
the next trope that I picked out that this movie has is rescue romance.
Rescue romance.
An agile male character, often the hero, meeting a female character by saving them from being hit on by thugs or older college men who seem lecherous. The thugs grab the female by
This
the
is
hand.
Twilight.
You actually, yeah,
This
you
is
got
Twilight.
it. This is
This is
Twilight. I think somebody else guessed it also. Cedric guessed Twilight, and so did Alexithemia,
Yeah.
and so did Trent.
Hell yeah.
The other 2 tropes I picked out for it, if you hadn't gotten it by that point, were Secret Chaser, which is a trope in which somebody is only one person has figured out the secret, like a specific secret, and everybody else thinks they're crazy, but they know the truth.
Yeah.
Like a Lois Lane Superman
Yeah,
kind of
okay.
situation.
That's interesting.
And then
Well, when you explain a movie by tropes, it almost sounds good. Like they've done something.
makes it feel much more intentional than it probably was, Stephanie Meyer.
Best way to find the secret, Google it. So true, so
That's
real.
true. That is what she does.
She literally is just like vampires into Bing.
The 4th trope is called "Suck Out the Poison."
Well, that would have got it. Wait, what else is that in?
Lots of things.
No.
Actually, the great thing about TV tropes is if you find one, it
Suck
will
out
then
the
list
poisonous-
everything that it's in. What do you want?
Wait, okay. So sorry. Never mind. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. It was gonna be too controversial.
Wow.
But I'd love
Other movies that feature "Suck Out the Poison" as
some
trope.
way to be able to plug all of these tropes into something, and then it could tell me everything that met that qualification other than Twilight.
That's what this does.
That's what TV Tropes does.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't do 4 tropes at a time.
No.
Right, so I would love, let me say it again, to be able to plug all 4 of those into one system that could then give me a list of things that meet all of those, because I would like to see if
Somebody
any other movie
in this chat could write that software. I know that they could. It would be so easy to do because TV Tropes already exists. So all you have to do
this
is like,
software already exists. It's just apparently ethically, it's obviously ethically questionable.
Oh,
but
you're describing AI.
I'm describing chat. Because occasionally it's the perfect tool. It's
Right.
just also
Okay.
garbage.
Next one.
You guys seen the interview with the Allison is just describing having an autistic friend. Okay, yeah, but they're busy. Like, I can't just call up my autistic friend and be like, do this work.
Corrupted Muse jumped in and said I could write that.
Yeah, that's true. I actually have no doubt about Corrupted Muse being able to do that. But again, busy. I've known Corrupted Muse for years. Busy.
Very true. You were going to say something.
Oh, I was just going to mention the AI CEO interview with Tucker Carlson, of all people, where he was like, so do you think the Open AI?
Yeah.
That's the ChatGPT
guy he was talking
CEO
to.
or whatever. He was like, so do you think the Open AI whistleblower killed himself? And the guy was the guy who killed this person. The Open AI CEO was basically like, yeah, I don't know why it wouldn't have been a suicide. And the Tucker Carlson is like, well, it would be the fact that he shot himself twice and there was a clear sign of he literally listed all the reasons it was a murder, and the other guy's like, anyway. We live in the weirdest timeline.
Really?
I want to continue with your
somebody
thing. I'm
factory
sorry.
reset Tucker Carlson, huh? Like, how did that happen? Never thought that was going to be.
It wasn't factory reset.
He just got
the factions have been made.
repurchased.
There's the Israel factions, and then there's the Russian factions. He's on the Russian side, which
That
is
makes
much more
sense to me.
chaotic and unaligned. Which is why he just does whatever the fuck he wants to do.
Okay, next movie. It is first trope of this movie is period piece.
Pride and
which is
Prejudice.
exactly what you think it means. It's
Pride and
just set in
Prejudice.
a previous thing.
It's Pride and Prejudice.
It's not Pride and Prejudice.
Pirates of the
Good
Caribbean.
guess. No more guessing.
Fine.
One guess per hint.
Fine.
It also features a trope called addictive magic.
Addictive magic?
Addictive magic. People who use addictive magic always want to use it as much as possible because it feels pleasurable to them in some way. Sometimes there's a risk to the user if he uses his powers too much, and he must be careful about using his powers too often lest they consume him.
Okay.
Any guesses? Period piece and addictive magic.
Is period piece...
Arcane's a good guess. I don't think Arcane counts as a period piece, though.
Are we doing movies and TV shows?
It's actually just movies.
Just movies.
Yeah, because the TV shows are so long that their lists of tropes are way too long because they get really granular on this website.
Yeah, well, because every episode could introduce new tropes suddenly.
Right, yeah.
Okay. Movie, this is always such a guy trope. This, overcome with magical power thing.
Yeah, you're right.
It'd be really cool in a movie where it wasn't a guy, because you never get to
would.
see women, oh, is it a woman?
I didn't say that.
Yeah, but you're kind of acting like it is. Okay,
Next
so what?
trope is called animals not to scale. This trope is about animals that are either unusually large or unusually small for their species. This is especially true of funny animals, which tend to be within normal human size ranges. Thus, a small animal, say a mouse, will be about as tall as a short person, or an average house cat, which is gargantuan compared to the actual species, while a big one, say a bear, would be as tall as a normal person, etc.
Oh my god.
I figured out how to make them harder.
Okay, remind me the first 2 tropes again. The
It
first one
has
is period piece,
addictive magic, and animals not to scale are the 3 tropes that we're dealing with so far.
Okay, animals not to scale could only be
I have not seen it in chat yet.
animated.
I have not seen the correct answer pop up yet. Ready for the 4th one?
What's the second trope again? Can you explain it to me a little bit more? The
Addictive magic. Mm-hmm. It's like a magic power that might have some kind of negative consequence or a downside to it, but it's so appealing that
Is
they
this
have
The
to
Little
keep
Mermaid?
using it. Nope.
Okay.
The 4th trope that appears in this movie is
Bible.
is called food porn.
Okay.
It is what you think it is. It is gratuitous shots of food. I say gratuitous, like that makes it sound gross, but like very appealingly shot images of food artfully portrayed in close-up, high resolution, well-lit photography. Food given exceptional focus in any manner. I made this one tough. I have a fifth one on this one.
This is
That might
fascinating
help.
because some of these tropes feel so specific.
They are. I tried to get the really specific one. I think after Twilight actually had the shortest list somehow of all of these. Like they barely had anything written up for Twilight.
Harry Potter was like first thought, but it's not a period piece. It's actually modern. I thought Matilda, but no one.
I'm kind of like I picked ones
Matilda's
that I thought
close,
would
but
be
she
a little
doesn't
confusing.
like. She doesn't like.
Several of these
Addictive power is not quite.
exist in ways that you might not initially
Nothing happens in Twilight. Not even tropes.
think of.
Okay. Give me the last one.
People are guessing Ghibli movies. The last one is called.
Shots of food.
I love the way this was titled. The last one is called "Did You Just Flip Off Cthulhu?" And it is insulting a being who is much more powerful than you. Maybe used comedically to deflate an otherwise impressive villain. Hard to be menacing when the team pet beans you in the head with a rock. Rarely ever causes the target any real harm. This the most can distract or annoy the big bad momentarily.
Is it Alice in Wonderland?
Not Alice in Wonderland.
You don't know that movie well enough to have thought that
I still
one.
haven't seen it in the chat. Might have made this one too hard.
Well, okay, so
These
I
are
can
all
at least
correct.
narrow
They're all
it.
accurate.
I can at least narrow it down to the idea that you and I watch this movie.
Right.
which
I picked movies that you like.
the large
to try and narrow it
animals
down.
I already forgot about. Large animals
Animals not to scale.
or too tiny of animals.
Addictive magic. Period piece. So I didn't say what period it is in. Food porn. And flipping off Cthulhu metaphorically. Coraline's a good one. These are all fantastic guesses.
Now I think it is a female focused.
I will give you that it is a female focused. It is a female main character.
Yeah. This movie sounds great.
You know, it really is.
Is it Turning Red?
It's Turning Red.
Oh my god, it's Turning Red.
Got it. Good job. It's a period piece. It's in the early 2000s.
90s.
Addictive
Oh, yeah.
magic because she keeps turning into the thing, even though there's consequences to
Yay,
it. Animals not to
yo.
scale because all the pandas are all the wrong size for a red panda. It has the food porn bit where her dad's cooking.
Oh my
It,
God, yeah,
cuts
it's
to
so good.
Yeah, it's really great.
Oh my god, the food
And then
in
her
it.
doing the
flips off-
gyrating at her
Mom,
her
yeah.
mom at the end.
Literally, yeah.
The giant panda.
Oh my god, what a great movie.
I got all y'all.
So good. Of course it's Turning Red. Ah! That's such a good movie, too. As soon as you were like, all of those combined tropes are incredible.
Yeah, right?
The animal
If you
thing is
haven't
like,
seen it
the
yet, you should
animal
watch
thing
it.
doesn't
It's so
like
good.
stand out as interesting to me, but the rest of them of like,
Period piece threw it way off. I knew it would. But it is technically correct.
period piece did not throw it way off for me. I don't know why. That just opened up not now in my brain.
Yeah,
It's like
right.
not modern. Yeah, once you for some reason as soon as you mentioned that they would like flip off the god or entity in control, I was like, that's a woman. Which one is it?
That's a woman. Agreed. All right.
A child, but
Third movie. At this point, I was trying to, I think, make sure that I didn't pick out really obvious ones, but we'll see.
Okay,
That
okay.
might have been my best one.
Okay, that one
Especially
was
because you
great.
got it at the end.
yeah, that one was incredible.
Okay, so this movie contains the tropes starting from... I tried to start from, like, really vague and get more obvious as it goes, so that it gets easier to guess. The first one that I picked for this one is called Badass Teacher. They're just a regular teacher, maybe, until you threaten their students. After that, you might want to start praying to whatever god is out there for mercy. You do not mess with their students.
Oh, that's a bit.
There's kind of...
This is Matilda.
Good guess. They're also all kind of similar thematically, which makes it...
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Twilight and Turning
Harder.
Red are really,
Well, they're just like, yeah,
really in the same boat if you think about it.
you know, kind of supernatural, set in high school sometime in the 2000s. They're kind of similar.
Okay, well, that's a strange Venn diagram, but I'll allow it.
The
Kung
next
Fu
trope.
Panda. Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Wow.
That's the one. Actually, isn't their teacher a bad guy?
I think so. Or he gets duplicated. The bad guy looks like him or something because it's George Lopez's giant head.
Worst part of the movie.
The next one is called Becoming the Mask, a trope that takes place when a spy, mole, con man, or other character on an infiltration or deception mission takes on an identity that isn't their own, but ends up liking said identity more than their own. It can also happen when there's a catalyst that makes them realize their newfound identity is exactly what they needed, and not only for that occasion.
Easy A.
You're circling the right area, but no, that's
Okay.
not it. But good guess.
This isn't an anime. Yeah, it's really got anime vibes, doesn't it?
It does, actually.
Okay.
All right, the third trope that I picked is forced meme. Forcing a meme is the act of trying to intentionally raise the popularity of something to mimetic status. It can involve mass repetition of a phrase or trying to convince someone else that it already is mimetic. In fiction, this often works about as well as it typically does in real life.
This is Mean Girls.
This is Mean Girls. I thought that one would do it. Yep, we got
That's awesome.
forced meme, stop trying to make fetch happen, become the mask.
Stop trying to make fetch happen? Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying that as a trope. Sorry, but that's your example
that's
of
the example.
stop trying to
That's
make
the
memes.
That's
yeah,
why
yeah.
it's in there.
Yeah.
That's the trope. Badass teacher is the principal.
All of them. There's
All
so
of
many
them,
good
honestly,
teachers
yeah.
in that. Tina Fey's great too.
And then the last one that I included was called Wounded Gazelle Gambit, which is using self-inflicted injuries, real or fake, to deceive others and manipulate them into doing what you want, often used to frame a third party.
Just make these movies sound so intense.
Yeah, right?
Just like teenage girls.
Kindergarten Cop.
Teenage girl movies. Is it Shrek?
I'm playing this game with my friends. It's actually...
It's a
pretty
good
fun.
idea. It's a good... Yeah, this was smart. This was cool.
Thanks.
I'm going to try it to you, though.
Yeah.
And I wonder if it's going to go as well.
I'd be curious to do it.
Yeah.
I'm a tad behind.
Teenage girls are way more intense than they should be. Yeah, actually, teenage girl
True.
coded movies actually just, like, by description sound like male power fantasies. Like, when you're just describing, like, the tropes or the things within it, it's literally indistinguishable from, like, that
Yeah.
one movie where Gerard Butler's wife and child are murdered and then he goes and, like, kills the president or whatever. Heathers.
I do have one more.
Yeah.
One more.
Cass says Heathers, and I want to hear Heathers with all the tropes. Oh, you have one more?
I have one more.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Switch these up. I think I put them in an order that's going to give it away a little bit fast. So I'm going to start with... this contains the trope Siren Song, a hauntingly beautiful song from a siren or otherwise supernatural being that leads people, usually men, to danger or even death.
Interesting. Frozen.
Good guess, but no. Good guess. This also contains the trope Heroes Love Dogs. There was an ad appearing on my screen that literally, like, covered the screen before it went away.
I thought this was like a Google Doc.
It's a Google Doc with links to TV tropes that I keep opening up to read off.
Christ.
Made me really angry for a second. Heroes Love Dogs, a tool often used by media makers to help make sure you empathize with the party they want you to empathize with. The surest way to show that a hero is undeniably a hero and an awesome guy is to show him hanging out with and totally loving his dog. It's his dog. Who ever heard of an awesome dude that doesn't love his dog?
I'm actually trying to think of man-dog duos now in movies. And there's like, this doesn't feel like a common trope to me. Man and his dog is like, I Am Legend. There's like that dog trope where like hero dog and guy. Siren Song.
So Siren Song and Heroes Love Dogs. The third one is called Bride.
The Little Mermaid.
Yep, it is. It's The Little Mermaid.
Oh my god.
They were also already getting it in chat.
Were they?
Yeah.
I was really dedicated to thinking about this.
I like that you guessed several of these earlier during Twilight.
I did. They had a lot of Hotel Transylvania 3.
We need to watch the other ones of those. I'm curious if they like even kind of match up.
All movies have ceased to exist to me at this point. What does that mean?
You do have to be careful. I do remember like one of my earliest run-ins with this website.
Yeah.
tvtropes.com. Ian, I think, was like, from my own experience, do not just sit and read tvtropes.com. It will ruin your ability to write.
Yeah.
Like, if you start breaking everything down into these puzzle pieces, you no longer will have the artistic soul to just create something. Because this stuff just happens incidentally.
Yeah,
this isn't something like, you don't write by trying to assemble it out of...
No, don't do that.
Out of the building blocks of tropes. It's just...
You've never heard of any of these movies?
What? The
Twilight?
Little Mermaid? What are you talking about?
The Little Mermaid and Mean Girls?
Like, Turning Red, fine, but...
Turning Red, fine, because it was, like, actively suppressed.
Yeah.
But... What do you mean you've never heard of these movies? Who are you? Are you 10?
This also contains, the other ones I picked out were Bride and Switch. A young couple are all ready for the big day, only the bride isn't who the groom thinks she is.
That would have got me. I mean, easily. I mean, I already got it, but like...
Yeah. I also had Lost Voice Plot as another one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is becoming obvious.
It was going to be obvious eventually, yeah.
Siren Song is hilarious.
And then The Outside World, which is like the fictional idea of like...
Actually, all of these tropes almost exclusively describe everybody other than Ariel. The Siren Song belongs to Vanessa, and the dog belongs to Eric, and the wedding belongs to Vanessa, and the...
In Disney fashion, the movie is sort of about her as an object more than a person, I think.
Are you from ancient Greece? Sorry. Yeah, sorry, say that again. In The Little Mermaid?
Yeah, I was saying the movie is kind of about her as like an object, a possession, more than it is about her as a person, I think, in Disney fashion. I think it does an okay job setting up like her motivation and stuff at the beginning, but...
No, I like Ariel a lot.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. She's a very clear person to me.
I think she's a clear person. I think even when they did clear people, they didn't do a great job of giving the women full agency over their decisions a lot of time. They literally take her ability to speak like halfway through the movie so that she can't
I understand why that sounds bad conceptually, but when you go and watch the movie, that hinders that bitch 0%. She gets everything she fucking wants without being able to say a word. She navigates situations.
I haven't seen it in a while.
Oh god.
I trust you.
I understand criticisms of The Little Mermaid externally, like, when spoken, but when watched and portrayed, it's like, oh my god, she changed her body for a man. She did not.
No.
She did not do that.
That was definitely fully her decision for herself.
Before she ever even sees a guy, she's literally singing songs about wanting to just not exist in her own world. She has this whole made-up concept of this other place that she needs to be in her mind that is undeterred. Like, she's a psycho about it. And then there's a guy. And then a guy who then, like, bolsters her already existing opinion of what it's like to be part of that world shows up later, and then she's not allowed to have him, and she's a teenager, and so she goes out of her way to make sure that she can do whatever it takes to not be part of where she currently is, because she's mad at her dad, and in exchange gives something incredibly important to get the thing she wants, but is like tricked and betrayed, and then navigates the situation very successfully without a voice.
Yeah.
She gets the guy to fall in love with her anyway. Becomes like a princess or whatever.
I'm with you.
Like I get what you're saying.
No, I think you're right.
She doesn't have a voice. She literally maintains a voice. It's just not spoken.
She does make a lot of like her own decisions quite a bit now that you're describing it. I do think I had a couple people were asking if this counts as like a trans experience story.
The mermaid?
And I think distinctly it isn't, because her entire thing is being uncomfortable with her environment. It's very just like teenager or like feeling like you need to be in a new place. Almost more like Hercules to me, like where you and I had very similar, like I grew up with Hercules, you grew up with like Little Mermaid as your thing, and both of them were more like I need to find my group, my place somewhere out there, like there's another place for me to go. Mine was obviously very achievement based and like need to go make a hero of myself. But I think it's more that to me, like the like stories that have like the undercurrent of like the trans experience are more being uncomfortable with yourself in a way, or with your specific role even potentially. But to me, Little Mermaid was very just like growing up, I'm a teenager, my hometown is shit, and it's exciting out there, and I want to go see what the world has to offer. Yeah. It was very external.
Someone said, what if my place is just women? You're thinking too small. Think bigger. Get more specific. You're allowed.
She's also the one who chose herself to have her voice removed, so that is agency. Yeah, honestly, I think you're right. I think you turned it around for me. Well, like she's much more in charge than I thought.
There's a very slippery slope of the idea that she loses her agency because she loses her voice. But when you watch it again, she actually navigates all her situations just fine. Like, completely. I think that, like, is it trans analogy or whatever, kind of belongs to the community on whether or not they, like, I haven't heard
sure, yeah. I mean, if it clicks with you in that way, that's fine. I just wouldn't, like, as a writer, I wouldn't describe it that way.
Yeah, I think your points make sense. But I kind of agree with you, actually, that it doesn't quite, like, match the one-to-oneness. There's no...
Yeah. Somebody said, I don't know why or what prompted this, but why if I said every Spider-Man movie is a trans allegory? And I would agree with that more. I don't even know why, sense. But I would, yeah.
Well,
only because we're all on that train for some reason or another, so...
Yes, that... Well, actually, I don't think it's an allegory. I think it's
I do think it's like...
Maybe a crack or something, because
masking element is very familiar.
But it's not even... Yes, the masking, but the takeaway that I feel like comes is that anyone can be Spider... Like, the point is that it removes the genderness of the character.
It creates a new identity instead that you're... Yeah.
Yeah. The accomplishments and the persona and the important parts of it are like, but then there is also like the masking part and then like feeling better, cooler with the mask on kind of thing. Right. Like that does kind of make sense, but it's hard because like when it's that vague, it's like that. I'm trying to find the right way to say this. My question is it a trans thing if it is entirely relatable to everyone outside of that community also? Like, why would it be a trans thing if it's like, no, that's everybody. Like, that's everybody all the time.
I think, I mean...
like, that's why Spider-Man is so popular.
It can still be you can still get that from it without it necessarily being, like, a definite... Versus things
Mulan.
that, right.
Where I'm like, what is she doing? Why is she doing this?
Directly,
I'm literally like, this is silly. What is she doing?
That's true. I guess.
Not really.
Not everyone relates to that.
That's not actually totally true. Mulan was.
It was a very just feminist story to begin with, but it also is like really clear why that's like a resonant thing with transgender people.
I remember thinking Mulan is like.
Anything about gender roles.
Mulan was so boring to me growing up because I'm like, okay, and what? I'm like, okay, girl goes to war, pretends to be boy, like, who's not gonna do that?
That's because you were raised by an 80s power feminist who told you could do that when you came out.
I was never like, I'm gonna put on Mulan. I'm like, this shit is boring. Who isn't doing this? Like, what? Because your dad is like, you can't go to war. It's like, okay, well, everyone's gonna die. Like, I don't know. I get Mulan more now for like why it resonates with people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just remember being like, Mulan is like too relatable.
Yeah, right. It's like, just too obvious to you. It's not like a...
Yeah, you're like just seeing different things in it, right?
Where the being trapped part probably isn't relatable to you. Like once she makes the decision, you're like, okay, now we can get back on track.
I mean, certainly a trappedness from like women don't do that. But then it's like, okay, well then she does. Like, what am I watching? Like, obviously she's gonna kick butt.
Right.
I don't know. I guess, like, I literally at the same time I was going to school in middle school, and we had the rope climbing contest.
Oh, right.
And
right.
I
You just were this
came in second
person.
place.
That's why it wasn't relatable to
And
you.
I got made the fuck fun of all the way up until I got on the fucking rope. It was just a constant, like, you're not gonna be able to do that. Maybe break a nail or whatever. And it's like, okay, so I wasn't gonna go home and watch Mulan, where it's like...
This is just a documentary, and that's boring.
I just didn't love it. Like, it was that, and then, like... There's actually so many men in that movie, and I'm like, snooze fest. Why am I paying attention to these guys? And then I was never on the Eddie Murphy train to the dragon. I was always like, this guy sucks. I like the cricket. I thought the geisha makeup was cool.
Mulan was not my movie. Like, it was not mine was definitely Hercules, and I liked Tarzan. Those are the two that felt much more...
Yeah.
Me. I think everybody, like, I do think there's probably something to be explored about, like, the Disney movie that made you, that, like, got your attention when you were a kid, and kind of like it's like a personality test type thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know exactly what that is.
Mulan resonated a lot as learning to mask at a young age. See, yeah, that's what I wasn't doing. Never was masking.
That's true. Never, yeah, that is not something I don't think have ever done.
Allison was judging Mulan for needing a second attempt to climb up the pole.
I've also not seen Mulan, Hercules, or Tarzan. John, you got some homework, my guy. You've not seen enough things.
Who are you? What do you mean?
Even your namesake somehow found time to watch all those movies.
Literally. Yeah, my Disney movie was The Little Mermaid. Like by above and beyond was The Little Mermaid.
Hers was Little Mermaid.
I didn't watch Cinderella either. I was like, what the fuck is she doing?
Mine was solidly Hercules.
Cinderella literally is like I don't know. Cinderella was nothing. I was so mad at Cinderella. She's literally like, I'm so sad. And it's like, okay, stand up. Like leave. And then she's like, oh my god, I have to go home. I'm going to be late. And I'm like, or not. Like, you were just like, putting on a bunch of rags isn't going to make you unbatified. Like, you literally just showed up, got a dude to fall in love with you. And then are like, oh my god, I have to go. I'm never going to see him again. It's like, he's into your feet, girl. Like, you're fine. I remember being young and being like, what is the conflict here?
I love that this is implied your reaction as like a 5-year-old while you're watching this movie.
These are the thoughts I remember having. I remember genuinely being like, what is the conflict in this movie? That's what I remember thinking.
Fair.
She's like, she's hot. She has mice. She doesn't even have to dress herself. All the little creatures around her dress her. She has a fairy godmother who grants her wishes. She shows up, is the baddie, and then runs away, which honestly, good move. Gets him every time. But just like, I just remember being like, what is she worried about? What is she worried is gonna happen? She has actually fucking nothing to lose. Nothing. It's like, oh my god, what if I piss off my stepmother? It's like, she's beating you. What is going on? Get out! You have like, oh, I have to weigh my options between a prince who wants to marry me and my literal garbage home life where I have to like lick dirt off the floor.
I don't even know
what am I going to choose
to any of this. Band group hugs that I genuinely find it funny how young Allison just completely ignores societal implications because fuck society. The rest of us were all in our own like bubbles where we thought all that stuff mattered. That's why like we also thought like oh, wouldn't it be great to be able to like...
I had some, like, I understood Aladdin. I understood all of the, like, issues. Like, there were plenty of movies. There are no stakes in Cinderella. None. The option is her shitty family or the guy that fell in love with her.
Yeah.
What will she choose? This is so hard. What if he knows that she was once poor? It's like, okay, but he also only saw her in like an entire princess outfit, so clearly he's gonna like assume. Yeah, like that's all I gotta say.
Well, yeah, her family didn't feed her any steaks.
Who said that? Band.
Band.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember I liked Hercules a little bit. No, I didn't like
Cassandra
Hercules.
says, I think Mulan might have been my childhood Disney movie. I can see that for you. That makes sense. It worked. Like, it tracks. Thomas's was The Lion King. Fully makes sense. It really makes sense that yours was The Little Mermaid to me. Makes sense to me that mine was Hercules.
Yeah.
I think it says a lot about how people grew up.
I envy Allison's ability to not grow up in a Christo-fascist household. But I kind of did. Like,
no, you didn't.
Mildly.
No, you didn't.
Really? Tell me how I didn't.
What do you think that means?
Tell me what it means.
It means that based on Christian values and your parents' authority, there were specified rules and you followed them whether or not they made sense to you, and you weren't supposed to question them.
Okay, so that was only half of my life when I wasn't home. Those were just the rules outside of my house and everywhere I navigated. You discovered that
later.
I was... Later as in what, 7?
Oh, sorry. We all dealt with the same world, but the point is that you grew up with parents that told you to question that and to actively rebel against it rather than parents who reinforced it and taught it to you in the first place.
Sorry, I was not taught rebellion. I was told that it was okay to question things, which I guess is considered rebellion. I mean, but there was no
comparatively, it's definitely much more.
Yeah, you're right. You are right.
Being taught to question and push back against.
Anyway, the reason I didn't like Hercules is because I remember thinking he should have stayed a twink. Like, literally, once he transformed, I was like, click, done. Not having any of this. I don't give a fuck about this anymore.
Transformed. Got buff. He just worked out a lot.
Yeah, but in like a fake way. I was like, oh no, you're right. He does the whole thing with Phil.
Yeah, there's an entire training montage.
Yeah,
I remember being Greek statues is a real fake way to get ripped, guys. Don't do it.
In my head, I'm like, okay, but he's a god. So, like, what is the problem?
He was already strong before he got buff. Did Allison have
Bible school at 5 years old? I did have Bible school.
Yeah, but like Lutheran, and then you went home and your parents were like, that wasn't real.
That's not how that went. My parents still tried to maintain... I mean, my mom's still religious, right? Like, my parents tried to maintain...
Your mom is not religious.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you should call her up and talk to her about it right now.
No matter what she said, it doesn't make her religious. I've lived with her. I've seen her act and behave and say things. She's like... Even if she considers herself a Christian, she's not religious. I grew up around religious people. You met religious people later. You know your mom's not a religious person.
I didn't meet religious people later. They were everyone I interacted with my entire life.
And were they comparable to your mother in the ways that they reacted and taught you to do things?
In early childhood, my mom was much closer to what I would have described like normal Christians. Like, back before there was this like very conservative rise to Christianity. I mean, it was always on the conservative side of things. But there was also a lot of space for liberal Christianity.
Has been. I mean,
there was a lot more space for liberal Christianity back then. And I would have described her as pretty standard amongst the Christian moms, for the most part. Her only sticking point with religion was the misogyny part, I would argue. Like, otherwise, she didn't seem to really have a lot of, like... she never wanted to undermine the school a lot. That was, like, a big thing. Like, the point wasn't to undermine what they said, it was to ask me things like, is that what you believe? But she didn't offer her own opinions, unless it was, like, inherently men aren't allowed to talk to you that way. Because she didn't want me to get kidnapped, was kind of the thing. She didn't want me to have an undying... respect for authority to the point of something bad happening to me. Like being locked alone in a room with a man or getting kidnapped or anything like that. But that was the only thing she was like outspoken about. Otherwise, she was much more along the lines of like, I would come home and I'd be like, Mr. Chambers said that Islam doesn't exist and isn't real. And she'd be like, is that how you feel? And I'd be like, I don't know. No? Because he just told me everything about it. And she'd be like, all right, well... Sounds fair to me.
Yeah, I think you also were probably just naturally very like inquisitive and unwilling to just take things at face value, which probably helps. But she did encourage it. Like she was
did.
very
you're right.
On your side about those kinds of things.
Yeah. You're right.
I do agree that I've not even heard of Christo-fascism as a term, but I do think your upbringing was very far from what that could possibly mean. I don't even think mine was that bad, but it was significantly closer. I went to a fire and brimstone church for the first 10 years of my life. And my parents came from a cult where the women weren't allowed to wear pants or cut their hair.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
So, like, my perspective is extreme also. I just think we come from different extremes of the same thing, probably.
I think that undermines the fear-basedness of, like... I think the manipulation tactic being heavy-handed versus not heavy-handed is relevant, but also not, like, doesn't negate the amount of, like, fear-based, like, structural authority within it. And again, there was another person in my household, also a child, who did not do what I did and did not think the way that I did.
That's what I was saying. I do think you
feel the way that I did.
A bit and rebellious in your soul.
Thomas was deep in the religious sauce, like early. So I mean, he had more to gain from it. Obviously, they treated men differently, boys differently. Yeah. But like, yes, I agree. I did not grow up in a Christo-fascist household, but I
feel like whatever the word that must be like Mrs. Kim and Gilmore
That's what
Girls,
I was gonna
right?
say. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Like that's the truest version of that.
I think you're probably right. I think you're right. It wasn't in my home. That's the important thing. It was not in my home. It was outside of my home. It was my school. It was my church. It was it was that kind of stuff. Because, I mean, I was allowed to watch things like The Little Mermaid, which I feel like is banned, or Harry Potter, or whatever. You know what? That kind of stuff.
Right. I was somewhere in the middle. I was not allowed to read Harry Potter.
Right. Yeah.
My parents weren't telling me I was going to hell, but they definitely were like, don't ask too many questions.
This is actually crazy, because Kyle and I were chatting with Allie, who I'm still friends with, by the way, from my first job, where I talked a lot about how she was like stuck in this horrible episode of The Office and they constantly abused her.
I don't know if we ever mentioned her by name, but it's the person that was like holding The Office up on her shoulders in Allison's first awful, ridiculous cartoon job when we got to New York. The one with Michael Scott. Yeah.
Well, we're working together again, me and her, so that's nice.
She's back.
She's back, and she's doing great. But, like, we'll explain to her and my boss that, like, how we grew up, like, and what Texas is like, and the confusion on people's face in New York, where, like, you're more likely to run into someone who didn't grow up religious.
Yeah.
And so we'll mention, like, oh, yeah, we weren't allowed to do that or say that or think that. And it's just met with this, like, whoa, that's crazy.
In Texas,
so bizarre.
It was just everybody was religious at some point. Like, it was more unique to have broken away from it. So
because she's talking about, like, she knows a conservative person in her life, and she was mentioning that he's conservative because, like, he has money, and we're like, that's not,
rather than conservative because God told him to.
Yeah, we're like, that's not our version of what that looks like.
Right.
And she was like, yeah, he doesn't think like that people don't like. He's not like weird about that in like a religious way. And we're like, oh, what's that like? Never gone to church for worship?
Minnesotan, interesting.
That's crazy.
That was just a weekly activity for me. Bi-weekly. I went Wednesdays and Sundays for most of my childhood. Mm-hmm.
Wednesdays and Sundays for the service, and then the Thursday youth group, and then the... Oh my god, what's it called?
I didn't go to youth groups because my parents were antisocial.
I went to the churches. I went to the church services, and then I went to the youth group services, and then I went to the Sunday school camps, and then I also did communion? No... What's it called when you become like an adult in the church and can start doing communion? Confirmation.
Right.
Confirmation, where I had the robe.
Forgot you had your own.
And the sash.
Your own little thing. I don't know, like a Lutheran thing or something. I didn't have that in mine. That was not a... Confirmation wasn't the thing in my denomination or whatever.
Yeah, so like while you grew up with strict religious things within your like family, outside, my social life was consumed with biblical conversation.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything I did, I had to be confirmed into the church. I had to go to the confirmation classes where I had to create a group, name it after a Bible-related thing, discuss only biblical-related topics.
Yeah.
Present said biblical-related topics, and then, like, graduate from that.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. We were the Bible babes, though.
That was your group name?
Yeah, which was really controversial.
I bet. We would not have been allowed to call our group that.
It was a fine line. I really just put my church through it. They also hated it, right? Like, the not allowed thing was one of those, like, they'd have to go out of their way to make a big deal about the fact that a bunch of girls who are very religiously inclined, like, and interested in the Bible want to name their thing the Bible babes.
It was probably
also,
pretty
don't weaponize.
similar to...
Don't hand me the weapon you're fighting with. I know it better than you. I'd be like,
Don't train me in your combat techniques. I will defeat you.
They would be like, why babes? And I'm like, sorry, are there not Bible babes consistently? Like, are we not talking about all the babes of the Bible? Like, I remember saying shit like that all the time. I'm like, sorry, wasn't Jesus like first? Wasn't Jesus's first, like, wasn't it a prostitute? I'm sorry. You're lucky I didn't pick, like...
I like the vagueness in what you tried to say. Like, I know what you were talking about, but just going, what was Jesus's first, like, wasn't it a prostitute?
I'm thinking quickly. Keep up.
Is Mary Magdalene not an icon? Exactly.
Yeah, please and thank you. Literally was what I was up to, though. Like, and they just didn't want to put in the fight. They told other people they couldn't have their names. They didn't do that with me because I had my mom standing behind me and Scripture sluts!
Scripture sluts.
Love that. We were really on that
Unhide
page.
Scripture sluts. There we go.
Yeah, we were really on that page pretty much consistently. So, but this is don't.
I don't mean to reduce your cred growing up Christian. I think the only conversation was that you were given space by your parents to question things, and there wasn't like a crackdown on like, don't just take it for what it is and don't ask questions, which I do think leads to your attitude about like the Disney movies that you watched rather than having that experience of like,
yeah,
like, because Cinderella is relatable for some people, right? Like, I don't know who, not me, thank God, but like, someone watched that and was like, wow, that's way too familiar to my relationship with my family. Like,
yeah, you're right. And then Thomas liked The Lion King because
Thomas liked The Lion King.
Are there more? That's all of them.
That's all the Disney movies.
Mulan, The Little Mermaid, The Lion King, and Hercules.
Tarzan was a close one for me, but did not beat out Hercules. There's like, what else is there? There's Aladdin. There's people were listing them in chat for a bit.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, Tarzan is just like, who's relating to Tarzan? Like, Tarzan is an incredible
My mom
artistic...
really likes Tarzan.
Everybody loves Tarzan. That's not like...
Yeah.
Tarzan makes you relate to it by the incredible soundtrack, but otherwise, what an unrelatable movie.
I don't think it's unrelatable at all.
Really?
Yeah, it's a movie about not fitting in with the group that you're in and having to figure out how to, like,
it's not a movie about that at all. He literally fits in day one. He's raised in...
No, he doesn't. You need to watch the movie again. The entire movie is about him being
There is one guy who's
rejected.
Antagonistic against him, who's also his dad.
He doesn't look anything like them. He knows he's different and weird. He gets treated as weird by all of the other ones his age, too. It's not just the one guy. You're actually just wrong about what happens in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, that is...
He has to, like, specifically earn his place, or at least that's the way he feels about it, and that he has his mother telling him he's good just the way he is, but he feels different and alien and foreign, and then meets somebody who does match him and looks like him, who he also doesn't, blend in with because he's been raised by gorillas now. Like, it's entirely a movie about, like, self-identity and how you fit in and what, like, how your environment shapes who you are as an individual.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was her agreeing with me. It doesn't happen very often.
I think, well, when you first started describing it, my first thought was like, that's the setting, right? That's the compilation that happens before the movie starts, which is that he doesn't fit in super well, gets adopted, becomes one of them, develops a family and a close-knit group of friends despite everything happening. Like, these are his people. It's
Okay,
more of a movie about, like, I had always interpreted more as a movie about, like, I mean, yes, the part of, like, knowing that you're different and then finding someone who looks like you and then, like, questioning whether or not you belong with the people that are your family.
Okay, but is it possible that you had a different interpretation of the base standards, considering you just said that you couldn't get into Mulan because you thought it was really obvious that she should just be doing all those things in the first place?
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm just saying that, like, everything you said about Tarzan is true, but to me that was more like the setting and then the movie part. Like, the bulk of the movie is not about him trying to fit in.
To the people who relate to it, it is. That he hasn't. That is the entire journey.
Okay, so it's the friends and the family and the endearing mother and, like, all the people who like him and would be sad to see him go is the part where he's not fitting in? The community that he has constantly surrounding him that he defends and identifies with is not... And identifies back with him because they all, like, clearly have negative feelings about the person who does... I'm sorry, the literal ape, that does shun him. Like, that... He is, by means of which most people never get to have, part of that community.
You didn't realize that you were weird in your friend group until, like, 3 years ago. You, in the moment, thought you were the main character. You've described this to me over and over again. You never had the realization in the group of, like, friends that you were the black sheep weird outcast that didn't belong there because you looked and acted differently. Did you?
I'm still processing that. That might not be true. I could have been the cool one.
I know you looked back later and realized you might have been a little bit different than you felt at the time, but in the moment, you've made it very clear that you saw yourself as this, you were Barbie in your head, like you were the same as everybody else. To the point where it annoyed you when people identified you as something other than that. because it was inaccurate, not because it hurt your feelings, but because they were wrong in their assessment of you. So of course you don't understand the themes of Tarzan. Which is okay.
I understand the theme of Tarzan. I said I agree with you.
It's okay to not relate to it. But don't argue with me and tell me that's not what the movie's about when that's very clearly what the movie's about.
I don't understand how everything you said about me means I don't understand what Tarzan is. I made a good point.
You should.
It's what the music is about.
What?
That's what the music is about.
Yeah, the music, the really, really emotional music that plays the entire movie. You do agree that's what that's about, but the movie isn't.
I already said that it's part of the movie.
Somebody back me up here. Chat went really silent.
Obviously Chat agrees with me. You're not wrong. You are correct. It's just... I just think the emphasis is on a slightly different place. Everything you said is true. All of those things are themes of the movie, but the emphasis, like, by the point we're coming in on, he is already fully in the community. Like, he is...
Vance says Alice in Tarzan as if Cinderella had a supportive anti-monarchism home life. I don't know if I agree with that. He's not accepted. You're seeing it different. He's specifically not accepted.
He's only not accepted by, like, one guy.
That's not true. He is held at legs by multiple people, and he has an entire montage growing up where he has to overperform to compensate for the fact that people don't want him there.
I remember that, yeah. But he does outperform.
He doesn't. He also eventually brings people to them that, like, harm them and shit. The whole movie is him trying to earn his place and failing and fucking up over and over again. And not being one of them, because he's never going to be a gorilla. Like, that is the whole thing, is that no matter how hard he tries...
Okay, so what's the lesson, then? What's the takeaway?
The takeaway is becoming comfortable with who you are and, like, what that means alone, and that people can choose to like you for what you are and not having to, like, blend into the crowd to be accepted and loved and shit. Which is relatable
Yeah,
to people who felt the opposite growing up, that they were being rejected because they weren't blending in and they weren't doing the things that they needed to do, no matter how hard they tried.
Yeah. You cannot be monkey.
You cannot be monkey. It won't work.
His friend group is all outcasts. I think you're right, actually. It's kind of dawning on me now.
Right, the one other, like, really good friend he has is also the gorilla that no one likes because she's voiced by Rosie O'Donnell.
And the elephant no one likes.
And the elephant
well,
no one likes.
Well, yeah, because she's a butch lesbian and
yeah,
amongst
exactly.
a bunch of gorillas. Yeah, okay. Is there one more? It's the elephant and the gorilla and Tarzan?
I think that's the main trio. And then, the British girl that goes to the jungle with her dad, who probably also didn't fit in great where she came from.
She's just autistic.
They're all autistic. That's what it's about.
Wow. Rude. Some of them are literally just monkeys.
No, the neurotypicals are monkeys, I think, in that analogy, actually.
I think you're right. I did like Tarzan a lot. I didn't like Tarzan until I was an adult, actually, so that probably has something to do with it.
Lol, I never thought about Jane like that. Yeah, I mean, in that story, she's like the pretty otherworldly one that comes in. We've been doing this for a really long time.
What do you mean you never thought about Jane like that? Jane's got one thing. On hyper-focus on apes.
Yeah, I'm sure that made her real popular back in industrial England.
No, yeah, she's definitely... I mean, her dad,
Her dad's a crazy guy. Like, he definitely was. It's just Belle and her father again, right? It's the same, like, kind of dynamic, except instead of being in provincial France, they go on a British expedition.
Yeah. I think Jane's kind of funner than Belle.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Belle's really, so uninteresting.
She's a much better
Beauty and the Beast is one of them.
Oh, right, yeah.
Also didn't really resonate with that one either.
That was mine when I was, 5. When I was, really little, that was my movie. And then once I was, conscious, Hercules had come out. So that was the one I consider, my Disney movie.
Beauty and the Beast didn't do anything for me. Because, again, just a lot of, okay, and... Oh, my God, he's a beast. It's all right.
Just that Allison can't relate to Disney movies.
I mean... A lot of them I did just kind of not. It just wasn't it just didn't hit. The Little Mermaid hit, but then, yeah, I mean, she's oh my God. She's based, actually. Now that I think about it, I do kind of remember being okay, this chick makes sense to me.
Who, Jane?
No, Belle.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because she's, not the weird, freaky guy, but instead the normal one who just looks weird.
That's true.
It's yep, that's the
That's
mood.
more aligned with you. He's a beast, and that's hot.
I didn't have that thought. I never thought he was hot. I just thought he was not unremarkable in it's fucking Disney. We just talked about Tarzan, where everyone's a monkey, and then I have to go watch Belle. I have to go watch Beauty and the Beast and be a creature.
A creature.
What are we doing?
Yeah, he doesn't really look freaky or anything. Gaston is the freak who eats 1 million eggs a day.
Yeah, he's really gross. Gaston is a freak.
All right, it's 11:30.
Yeah,
I'm gonna call it.
My boss texted me at 9 and was like, "You ready to work?"
Thank you guys for tuning in. This was fun, and way too long. This shouldn't be the norm. Tomorrow we'll be back, and we will see you then. Probably, assuming I haven't died trying to make this Paradox video.
Yeah.
Everybody have a great day, and we'll see you in the morning. Goodbye.